So this is the Soundboks Mix, and just like with every other Soundboks out there, the Mix is a super durable Bluetooth speaker that gets super loud for its size. Now, there are plenty of other speakers out there that are very durable, portable, and they get very loud for their size, but Soundboks just takes it to a whole other level. So today we're going to check out the Soundboks Mix, and let's see if it's right for you. Regarding pricing, the Soundboks Mix has a retail price of $800, which is pretty high, but with this speaker, you don't have to worry about it breaking anytime soon. Now, there is a shoulder strap attachment, but that is sold separately for $60. Now, I think the shoulder strap should have come included, but it's not. Nonetheless, if you want to pick this speaker up, it'll be linked down below, or you can always press on the YouTube shopping button. And if you want to further support the channel, then you can always watch some of the related videos in the description down below, and you can also get subscribed. So first, there's the design of this speaker. The Soundboks Mix looks just like the Soundboks 4, except it's like a third of the size. Now, the main selling point of Soundboxes in general is that these speakers are more durable and louder than your average speakers. The Soundboks Mix has a detachable steel grille on the front, just like the Soundboks 4, so this front grille can take a beating. The rest of the body panels on this speaker are very durable as well, and each corner has a silicone ball, so you can throw this speaker around and not have to worry about it. Plus, these silicone balls also help keeping the speaker in place, and they also diffuse all of that bass. The speaker is also rocking an IP65 rating, so it can get wet and you don't have to worry about it. And on the bottom, there is a top hat mount, so that you can put the speaker on a stand if you want. But on the bottom, you'll also notice an attachment point, and this is where you attach that shoulder strap, which is sold separately. Now, I do feel that this speaker should have come included with a shoulder strap, but regardless, the Soundboks Mix is still fairly easy to take on the go with you, because it does weigh in at 21.5 pounds, and it's just between the JBL PartyBox 120 and the JBL Encore 2. But overall, if you're looking for a super durable speaker, maybe something for a construction site, and you don't want to have to worry about it, the Soundboks Mix is a great option to consider. But then there's the battery life on this speaker. Now, the Soundboks Mix has an advertised battery life of 40 hours, which is super impressive, and that's with the speaker playing with the stock indoors EQ and at 50% volume, which is already a very loud listening volume for this speaker. Again, it's going to be good if you're looking for something for a construction site, or if you're at the beach and you've got a get-together of, like, let's say 10 people. 50% volume is going to be more than loud enough, especially when you got those waves crashing in. And at max volume, Soundboks claims that this speaker is going to be good for around 8 hours of playback time. However, if you were to use this speaker with its bass plus EQ turned on, then your battery life is going to drain faster. But more importantly, the Soundboks Mix has an easy to remove battery, so if you want, you can get multiple batteries and just keep the party going, or if you ever get to a point where your battery can no longer hold a charge, instead of having to buy a completely new speaker, you just have to replace the battery, which is great for the overall life of your investment, especially with the Mix. However, the battery that comes included with the Soundboks Mix is different from past batteries. Now, you can still use this battery with, let's say, a Soundboks 4 or a Soundboks Go, or even the Soundboks 3. But the main difference here is this battery now charges via a USB-C port, which is super convenient. But sadly, this speaker also does not come included with a charging cable, so you are going to have to use your own charger. And well, if you have a 20-watt charger for your phone, it might take a while to charge up. You'll either want to use your laptop charger if you have one, or you might want to look at a 100-watt charger like the one that I'm using here. And from what I can tell, this battery charges at a max of 65 watts. But more importantly, if you were to use a smaller 20-watt charger, then it is going to take a longer while to charge the speaker up compared to using a proper 65-watt charger for this battery. Now, when it comes to overall connectivity, sadly, I do think that it is a little lackluster for this speaker, especially given its price. The Soundboks Mix can only be connected to one device at a time, which means that sharing the speaker with a friend isn't going to be as easy as with other speakers out there. And the Mix has a single audio jack, so you can use it with a wired connection, which is good, but you can't plug in a microphone, a guitar, or you can't even plug it into a mixer like you can with, let's say, the Soundboks 4. And I really feel that the Mix should have at least one single XLR combo jack, especially because they are starting to get more popularity since the JBL party boxes are starting to include them as well. But wait, if you're actually going to charge all of this stuff, then check out the Anchor Nano. Now this is a 45-watt charger, meaning that it's going to be able to fast charge your iPhone, Samsung Galaxy, or any other Android device or tablet. But more importantly, it's much smaller than Apple's and Google's and Samsung's wall chargers. You can also rotate or fold away the prongs, giving you lots of flexibility. And it even has a built-in screen so that you can see how fast it's charging, and you can even get an ETA. So if you want to pick up the Anchor Nano charger, it'll be linked down below, or you can always press on the YouTube shopping button. And I'm also going to leave a coupon code down below so that I can get you an extra discount. I genuinely really like this charger, plus it also has a little face. But with all that out of the way, let's talk about sound. When it comes to speaker setup, the Soundboks Mix has a single front firing woofer, a front firing tweeter, and an exhaust port that shoots out the front. Overall, it's very impressive how compact this system is for how loud it gets. And from Soundboks' app, you can go in and either choose from a few pre-made EQs, indoors, outdoors, or bass plus, or you can make your own. But now we're just going to go ahead and jump into the sound test. The speaker is playing at 75% volume, which means it is turned all the way up to 11 on the speaker itself, but on the iPhone it is set to 75% volume, and we're going to be switching between indoors, outdoors, and bass plus.
I was chasing shadows, moving too fast. Didn't see the way our love couldn't last. Now I'm stuck replaying what I put you through. Every night I'm haunted by the thought of you. If you need my loving, call me and I'll step on you. And we can talk all night long. If you want this loving, then call me and I'll drive to you. And we can touch all night long. Just call me and I'll come. Just call me and I'll come. Just call me and I'll come.
So in general, I think the Soundboks Mix is going to be better suited for outdoor use because this speaker does like to put an emphasis on the highs. So vocals are very pronounced and the bass comes in when it has to. However, the instrument separation on this speaker doesn't have as much detail as I would want them to have for an indoor speaker. With this speaker, you're going to get a lot of vocals and lots of bass, but personally, I don't really like how this speaker sounds with the Bass Plus feature turned on because I feel that the bass does draw out too much and just ends up distorting the rest of your music. So personally, I think the speaker is going to be best with the mids increased. The highs don't have to be increased all that much, but the bass can get increased just a little bit. But overall, with the Soundboks Mix, this is a good outdoor speaker that leans more towards a brighter sound signature, which ultimately is what you want for an outdoor speaker because higher frequencies are going to travel out farther. And when it comes to max volume performance, the Soundboks Mix gets impressively loud for its size. It gets noticeably louder than, let's say, the JBL Partybox 120, which is noticeably larger. However, the mix doesn't get as loud as the Soundboks go. But overall, the Soundboks Mix is going to be good for, like, let's say, a 20-person party, but lacking some kick in that bass. But for its size, that is impressive. But keep in mind, since this speaker's battery charges via a USB-C port, you will not get a performance boost out of it while it's plugged in, and also since the exhaust port on the speaker shoots out the front, you can't amplify its bass by simply placing it up against a wall like you can with a speaker that has an exhaust port that shoots out the back, like let's say any of JBL's party boxes. But finally, let's talk about pairing the speaker up with other speakers. Now, with the Soundboks Mix, you can have a total of 5 speakers paired together. And the really cool thing about Soundboks is that you can choose what channel each speaker plays, and you don't have to worry about what speaker you're using. So if you just want to have them to play in sync, then you can have them all just playing in center channel. Or if you want to get stereo going, you can assign one to your left channel and the other to your right channel. Or if you want, you can even get a 3-channel setup if you're a huge Soundboks fan. But with all that being said, the Soundboks Mix does what it has to do very well. This is a portable speaker that's a lot more durable than your average box speaker, and it gets super loud for its size, and it's even louder than the JBL Partybox 120 while being noticeably smaller. However, with the Soundboks Mix, there are some drawbacks to keep in mind. For starters, this speaker doesn't come included with a shoulder strap. That's sold separately. The charging cable for your battery is sold separately as well. Now, you can just use your phone's USB-C cable to charge this battery, but you're going to need a 65-watt charger, or else it is going to take a while to fully charge this battery with a smaller wall adapter. And lastly, even though this speaker sounds good, I do think that this is a good outdoor speaker because the Soundboks Mix does like to favor a brighter sound signature, which is great for the park, but not that great for in-house use. If you made it this far, I guess you enjoyed the video, so hit the like button and get subscribed. If you want to pick any of the products up, they'll be linked down below. And if you want to further support the channel, check out the merch. I made some shirts and hoodies that look and feel great. And you know I can be very particular, so I'll only slap my name on something if I'm really proud of it.